Niagara County legislators voted tonight to declare the opioid crisis a public nuisance. The term may sound unusual, but it could help bolster the county's ongoing lawsuit against major drug companies. 200 Side's Danny Spiewak asks the tough questions about why Niagara County and so many other government groups have decided to take these companies to court.
Alex Colville, Dane Harrison Weaver.
The names and faces of the opioid epidemic are the motivating forces behind a wave of lawsuits across the United States.
This lawsuit is about justice.
We've had enough of the fraudulent marketing and negligent
distribution of these opioids by the manufacturers and distributors
that have made billions of dollars in profits from the opioid epidemic.
Hundreds of local governments are suing drug companies like Purdue Pharma, Johnson & Johnson, and others. The lawsuits accuse them of pushing painkillers on doctors and patients without disclosing how addictive the opioids really were. For Niagara County, the goal was the same.
Go after the pharmaceutical companies for their part in this issue.
To give them leverage, Rebecca Whittish and her fellow county legislators moved a public nuisance proposal through committee. The designation could help them recover more damages to help pay for costs associated with the opioid crisis.
All the money that's being spent by our police officers, our sheriffs, the county, our EMS, our first responders, and all the treatment of these individuals to help them and give them the help they need to get them back to the life that they deserve.
Niagara County is one of at least 3 western New York counties to officially file suit so far, joining Chautauqua and Erie. But much like the tobacco settlements of the 90s, the question for local governments is this.
If this comes to fruition and you do get some money out of this, can you promise the taxpayers in Niagara County that this will go toward treatment and recovery?
Certainly. I mean, that's something that we have to focus on. This is something that has hit every department in the county.
Before that can happen, though, the county will need to prove in court that it deserves the money.
And I mentioned that Niagara, Chautauqua, and Erie counties have all filed their own lawsuits in court. But by my count, 7 of 8 counties in western New York have at least explored or discussed even the idea of a lawsuit. As for Niagara County, this public nuisance proposal will now go to the full legislature. Danny Spiewak, Channel 2 News.